the bees. Sorry about the break. She caught me mid you.
Sorry.
So we're back with another episode about love and life, relationships, and cheating on your spouse. No, I'm joking. That's not what we're talking about today.
Oh shit.
But
what?
our lovely media person is going to ask us a few questions about submission in relationships, age in relationships, and our opinions on everybody's relationships and why we feel affected on it. Did I sum that up right?
Mm-hmm. Perfectly. Literally.
I'm good at what I do, you know.
You do what you do.
Well,
I don't need no script.
I'm the beast. This episode is brought to you by WeDon'tGiveAFuck.com. Because we really don't. This is going to be very interesting today, kind of piggybacking off of what we talked about last week. Getting a better understanding about why we do what we do.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm ready for the questions.
You want to recap last week?
Yeah, let's recap last week. Maybe we can bring some new people up to speed.
Well, last week we talked about dating, the difference between dating and courting, our different dynamics and understandings on how the fuck we got here and our dating experience. We talked about the different stacks as far as sex and no sex. And
Right.
meeting families' approval and not having families' approval. Yeah, that was about it, right?
Yeah, we talked about it a lot. We got into it. It was good. Appreciate my boy Randy from coming out once again.
I thought y'all were gonna surprise me with him when I seen him.
Man, I was trying to get Lance crazy stuff, but he traveling the world. Shout out to Lance. Traveling the world doing his thing. He'll be back next week.
Our resident third.
Yeah, he's like a co-host because he's here so often. Definitely got to have him come through and grace us with his presence. But last week was very interesting because I think we really realized that a lot of us is out here just dating. Nobody's courting because courting is with the intent to want to go to that next level, to marriage, to the ultimate level of relationship. We all just out here sowing our raw oats and also doing our thing.
We're not demonstrating courting. We're not teaching courting like last week.
True.
Baby boy didn't even know what courting was.
Right.
You know, and even though I knew what the word courting was, I didn't have an understanding of courting until we had an open discussion about it.
Yeah, I knew what courting was.
I learned a lot from last week's conversation just because no one has ever told me or taught me of courting.
Right.
You know, from the start, they asked, you got your little girlfriend, got your little boyfriend? You know, you start dating immediately. And that is more so encouraged than trying to establish something serious.
I've learned something at a young age just by dealing with my girls. Anytime I say my girls, I'm talking about my girls basketball players, and they know who they are. Shout out to Duncanville Panthers. When I'm talking to them or I'm conversing with them about something, and even just a young lady in general that's of the younger generation, when they say, hey, yeah, I got a boyfriend, I've learned that a lot of the boyfriend-girlfriend stage now is more so about attention than it is about actually having a special person. You feel what I'm saying? It's just to say, hey, I have someone and I'm giving this person special attention because they're giving me special attention. You feel what I'm saying? So there is no courting. It's just about what you can do for me, what can I get out of it, and vice versa. You feel what I'm saying?
What the exchange is.
Exactly.
But we can have that if we was, act as intelligent people, we would have that with our friendships. Because now that we're older and have established that type of love in our friendships, it kind of makes more sense than jumping into relationships.
Right. Relationships shouldn't even start until after you've got an understanding of what is it that you desire individually. Like
who you are.
Yes.
What you like.
Like, okay, I had my first girlfriend, for an example. True fact. When I was 14 years old. Okay. Did I really know what a girlfriend was at that time? Absolutely not. I just knew that this person liked me and treated me at that time the way I thought I wanted to be treated. But I didn't know how to treat her I just gave her whatever I thought, you know what I'm saying? I thought she wanted, or I thought that made sense, or whatever I emulated or seen at home. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
So do I think, we should be out here dating at 14, 15, 16 years old? Absolutely not. Because you don't know what you want. You know what you want in that moment, but you don't really know.
You like the attention you get in that moment.
Exactly.
I want to say
this person is giving me more attention, and God forbid,
or a different type of attention that I get with my friends.
Exactly. So. God forbid you don't have a father at home, and you don't have, if you're a girl and don't have a male figure in your life. Oh, I know why you with that boy then. Because he's giving you something that you yearn and you desire, and you're not getting it from anywhere else. Same concept with a boy. Absolutely. Absolutely with a boy. If mama ain't giving you that attention, guess what? You get a girlfriend, and she giving you and showing you love. Y'all going out on dates and A, B, C, D, E. That's what you're doing it for. So I think in them adolescent stages, I think we're doing ourselves as parents a disservice when we, you know what I'm saying, when we allowing them to date people.
Just go out and straight.
And not know the purpose. You know what I'm saying? I had one of my babies, I had found out, it crushes my heart that she thinks she got a little boyfriend. Oh, we're going to sit down and have us a talk. We're going to have us a nice little talk. And that's just because I know. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't got nothing to do with old boys, ain't nothing. No, because these girls ain't nothing either in this generation. But this has more so of just the fact of, don't neither one of y'all know what the hell y'all doing.
Right.
Y'all out here just, y'all playing and testing the waters. And what y'all not going to do is test the waters like that. Right. So it's just about getting that foundation set and understanding that this ain't the time for that.
Right.
But if you like
a different day and age.
Yeah, it's different. It's totally different.
But we have recapped that. Now for our questions. I just want to set that foundation so we don't take the submission thing to a whole nother way, because I already know where you.
They're gonna do it anyway.
You know what I'm talking about.
But I do have a question for y'all based off of that conversation previous.
Okay.
Now looking at what you know now, what would you have instructed your younger self to do? Would you have told yourself, hey, slow down, you should be courting if this is what you want, or be open like, hey, I'm just dating around, I don't care? Or do you think the process that you did, that got you to where you are now was a better road? Because I know at this point now young kids need to decide, well, am I dating or am I courting? So would y'all say that the world needs to reintroduce courting? That's essentially what I'm asking.
I would say yes. I would say the world should reintroduce courting.
Yes, that I do agree with. I'm saying more so of a.
Would I change it?
Yeah.
No. Neither would I admit what I did,
Oh, no.
Throughout my life, But I do think the experience. No.
Say it one more time.
I'm trying to make y'all think.
Say it one more time so I can.
So I guess it was two questions. One, does the world need to reintroduce courting?
Yes.
And two, would you tell your younger self to court versus date?
Okay, so I got my answer.
Okay.
I wouldn't do neither. Because my younger self, let me just be straight up for y'all. At an adolescent stage, dating is a distraction. Dating is a distraction. Having a little boyfriend, having a little girlfriend in between those ages of 12 and 16.
Well, I'm talking about 17. young adult, like 20s.
Oh, okay. Well,
in
young
your
adult.
20s.
You know
the
what?
Kids should be dating.
Hold on. I still think it's a distraction.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I still think it's a distraction because that's when you're actually starting to learn self. And guess what happens when you start dating in your 20s? Every little piece of a person that you've dated, you're taking that piece and putting it into you. And now it's becoming a whole bunch of gumbo. So if I was 20 to 25 years old, and in that time frame of 20 to 25, I've had like 10 different relationships with 10 different girls. So now I got 10 different pieces of every one of those relationships, and I've made a gumbo of what I like.
Yep.
And that don't necessarily mean that gumbo is a good gumbo. That shit could be terrible. You understand what I'm saying? But the reality of it is that every one of them has took a piece of my time and became a distraction in my life. So I'm going to take something out of those little relationships.
I do understand.
You see what I'm saying? And I'm going to mix it up until I figure out what I really want. So now at 38 years old, now I had so many different relationships. So now I didn't put a little bit of Tina in here, a little bit of Kim in here, a little bit of Jazz in here, a little bit of whoever they might be. And I got them in this gumbo and I'm stirring it up. So now at 38, it's like, now I know I didn't put all this different gumbo in here. And these are not girls that I was dating, y'all. I'm just saying. So I would just put all these different pieces in this gumbo to now at 38 realize, okay, I want this type of girl. You see what I'm saying? Because that's all you're really doing. When you're dating, up until you realize what you want, you're just putting everything in this big ass pool.
You realize that gumbo don't taste that good.
And you realize when you finally taste that real gumbo, you like, oh shit, this shit is terrible. I need to go get something else. Yeah. So guess what I go do? I go find me somebody else I want to date and see if that works. And then if that don't work, then it's like, we'll put that in there. That's just how it goes.
One of y'all followers said you have your whole life, live, travel, meet people, figure out who you are, what you want to do in life, even in your 20s.
You don't have your whole life.
To find love? Well, I agree with that. I agree. I feel like if to answer your first question, in the era that I grew up in, I would have chose the way I date. If I was teaching someone, raising someone up, I would try to encourage courting.
Right. Or a little bit of mix of both.
Or a mixture of both, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair as well.
Yeah.
I give them the option. But I feel like in the era that I grew up, I was in the world by myself. I had to do something to get, somewhere. But with this question, with what the follower said, if I could have waited to fall in love, because I already knew what I wanted. Once I figured out what I wanted, if I could have stopped there and matured into the person that could have what I wanted, that would have been the benefit. Because the way that it encounters, I found what I want, but I wasn't in the position to have that.
Right.
So I get with someone else and practice a whole lifestyle, but it wasn't for that person.
Yeah.
So it's like I almost got practice out for the person I wanted to give that lifestyle to.
Right. So you don't fumble the ball once you get it.
That's how it ended up working out. Like my previous relationship, I was in what we would think, or what I would think is a really decent partner or a decent wife. It just wasn't for this person. I was really just trying to be a good person and do my part, but I didn't have the love that I have in my relationship now. And it's like, now that I'm doing it, it's like, oh baby, and I'm like, yeah.
You're like, yeah.
Now
this was what I'm supposed to be doing it for.
I was trying to do something. Yeah. This is a whole other feel, and
that was a word. I don't even know if you called it. You said there you was wanting to do something. Trying to do something. And here you're wanting to do it. It's different.
I want to give her the best marital experience possible. So this feels good to be good to her. There I was like, girl, I could be, you won't even know. You won't even know. I could be out here.
Wow.
And it was always that thought, like, I can show you better than I can tell you, but I wouldn't dare have that thought today.
Yeah.
And so it worked out for me having experience and while I was becoming the person I needed to be for my wife. But if I could have saved that time and money and disappointment, because now it does fester somewhere. This might not be the example.
Like you said, you carry a little bit of something.
I know that disappointment. So when I see it in other areas, whether it's in my friends or even clients and strangers, I'm like, you get what I'm saying? And it becomes a part of your character from certain experiences. Like he's saying, I adapted certain type of hurt and fear from wasting my time or being in that distraction when I could have just been focusing on my business, focusing on my money, building credit, being in those positions. But instead I was distracted by trying to become a good partner.
So I'll say the distraction too can come from when you're in a relationship, you're different than when you're single. Because like your plans and your goals and everything become what y'all want and not necessarily what you just want. So when you like by yourself for a certain period of time at a certain age, I feel you have the time to just make the life completely of what you want. And if it's completely what you want and you find somebody while you're already kind of living your dream, it's different from trying to make your dream happen and get into a committed relationship and now it's kind of gambling both of them.
Yeah.
You both are trying to make.
You're altering your viewpoint of what life is supposed to be like to fit with this person.
Exactly.
That's why I've been saying like no. That's why I said you say you got all your life. I think the person said that you got your whole life to do this, that, and in a natural stance, that's very true. But your whole purpose, one of your biggest purposes in life is to find a companion. Like, that should be one of the biggest purposes. Like, I personally don't believe you were supposed to come on this earth single and die single. That's not my personal belief. You understand what I'm saying? Like, part of the reason why you're here is to find a mate. You know what I mean? So when I think about that, I break it down and I'm like, nah, you do adjust, you do adapt. Having people in your life makes you change. And they are a stumbling block to a degree if you're not where you want to be. They are a hiccup, they are a roadblock, and it don't necessarily have to be negative. It's just the fact that, hey, I have my mind set on another individual and what their wants and needs is. So automatically that's going to take away from what my wants and needs is. You feel what I'm saying? So when I say they're a distraction, even as an adult, a relationship is a distraction. If you are not where you desire to be, or you're not on a path that you want to be, they are a distraction. And that's why I say no. I wouldn't even date, even if I was the age I am now and I wasn't where I wanted to be or in the direction that I wanted to be, I wouldn't date. I wouldn't even waste somebody's time because now I'm not willing to give you all of me. And I know I'm not right. You feel what I'm saying? So you got to think about how many people out here that is not right, but they're in relationships and they wonder why their relationships are failing. It's because you're not right. It's not necessarily meaning that you're not right for that person. You're just not right.
You're not prepared.
You're not ready to be and give yourself to another individual. Save them that heartache and focus on you. So when you hear women out here, because y'all are the ones that normally say it, I'm focusing on me, and I accept that, applaud that, and all of the above. But the reality of it is, are you really? Or are you out here just having a good time? You see what I'm saying? Because when you're really focused on you, that means there's no distractions. That means I'm writing down on my vision board, I'm writing goals. I'm trying to focus on those goals. I am not entertaining anything. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, I ain't dating. I'm focused on me. You feel what I'm saying? The real me. So when I hear people say, I'm focused on me, automatically I think, okay, that means you're not dating. That means you're not kicking it. That means you're not doing nothing. You're focused on your goals and aspirations that you have in your life to be the best version of yourself. I think if more people focused on trying to get to the best version of themselves, they wouldn't have failed relationships. Because if I meet you at your best potential and you meet me at my best potential, only good can come out of that. What's happening is that I'm at my best potential and this motherfucker is broken. Or this motherfucker is at their best potential and I'm coming in this whole broken. And I'm expecting them to do this when they don't really have to. You understand what I'm saying? They don't really have to lift me up. If they want to, great. If they don't, they don't really have to. But I'm expecting them to do more than what they should. So guess what? That means that strong person now has to come back down, come and get you, and then bring you back up. They shouldn't have to do that. So when you hear people saying that they're not a match for me or that they just don't meet my energy or I want somebody that has the same financial whatever or this, that, or the third, it's more so what they're saying is I'm trying to get somebody that's on the same level as me. And don't necessarily mean it's always going to work. Don't necessarily mean that it's right. But it makes more sense to get somebody that's there because now you don't have to go back to the slums and bring somebody back up. You understand what I'm saying?
Unless that's your preference. Because we know some people are
caretakers.
Like
Some people are caretakers.
Or they like to find somebody who's strong in an area that they're not strong in. So she might not be financially strong and I am, but you might not be able to handle business the way she can. And those two people will fit together if they want to. So you got options.
Well, those people
y'all got options.
When I see those shows, because I've been watching 90 Day Fiancé for a while now. And watching something like that shows how we don't have our whole life to date. Because a lot of those women
that's why I said it.
They're really pressed to find somebody right now. Like they feel like, no, I don't got much more time. I need to be starting. I need to have children. This and that. Like
a woman cuts their life. One thing I've learned about women, they cut their life off after about 35. 35. If a woman ain't got no kids at 35, she don't want no kids. If a woman don't have no husband or somebody they really dating, they really don't want to get married no more. It's like women put themselves on a time.
Yeah.
It's on a they like it's like a biological clock.
For
It's
real.
like shit. When I hit 35, if I ain't got it at 35, and it's like, what the hell?
Nope.
Like it's but
No.
it's not
illogical.
true.
It's
But
illogical,
that-
but it happens.
It's
though.
not
For
true,
that
though.
to be in so many women, for that to be in the mentality of so many women, that systematically became an issue. That systematically told us that there's an age
That
you
we
have to
need
be at.
But y'all created
No,
that.
No, that's what I'm just see. That's what I see.
Okay, hold on. I got you back. Like it did. We couldn't have created it because it happened in the 1600s. These babies was popping out kids and
No, I'm saying when I say y'all,
no,
I'm saying
no.
y'all created that and put that burden on y'all self. A man didn't do that.
No, we're not saying that.
See, women don't even make.
We're not saying it's
rules for
men.
society, so
Sometimes
let's
it's
not get
science.
back to that. You see, you can make me go into a place where we can talk about that.
What you talking about?
What I'm saying is, we didn't make that rule. Society said women have to be youthful to get a man, youthful to have kids. They said after 35 it's complicated.
Yeah, they
Right?
mix science
Your
in too.
eggs, you don't
You
have
said-
money, you
Yeah.
don't got many more
You think we
eggs.
wrote that shit?
No.
You think we figured that out?
Do y'all have to believe it? Because you don't have to believe
But you know
it.
what? Hold on.
You don't have to believe that shit.
I'll talk from experience. It's not that you believe it all the time. Sometimes you just have a random moment. Like
Why am I
I'm
here by myself today?
like I'll be on Facebook and I realize that at 26, even though I'm completely fine with not having kids, I'll look at everybody I went to school with and they all got kids, they all got families.
That's the pressure
So
on you.
listen,
That's your
Dion, listen. There are moments where you just have those weak moments.
Pressure.
It doesn't mean that I'm like, okay, at 26, it's fine to not have kids.
Yeah.
But also in my head, I'm like, well, shit, I'm almost 30. Well, shit, if I'm almost 30, then that's real close to 35, and I want to make sure that I got a house established and a savings account. Ooh, fuck! Like you put those time constraints on yourself, but you also have to listen to society.
What I've been
Looking at
saying.
society,
Yeah.
What I've been
right.
saying the whole time is like you don't have to be a statistic. You don't have to be in that number. That is your choice. Get out of your head.
Perhaps so, but y'all got the same shit.
Stop looking at other motherfuckers and focus on you.
Men don't even
Men
be
do the
looking.
same
You know what?
thing.
Men
She
start to
did.
go
She just
back
admitted.
younger,
She
though.
just admitted that, hey, I see some of my friends,
It's not-
blah, 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 blah. And I'll be like, damn, I ain't got this.
Yes.
Who gives a fuck what
But
they have?
it's not a competition. It's a downing on myself. I be feeling like, damn, at 26, I'm watching 21-year-old kids on YouTube
Have a family.
no, not fuck the family shit. Even money have $500,000 and at
Oh.
26,
You
All
like,
right.
you like,
All right,
That ain't
never
your
mind.
purpose.
I do get that, but I get that shit
Yeah.
though, cause
But
like
the
there's
pressure-
times where you just feel
That's
like
called envy.
The
no,
pressure-
that's not envy. You
It
don't
is.
envy.
I don't
it.
envy it.
You're more so you're comparing
Do you think
your
at 30
position
I
in
get
life.
it. Do you think at 38 I'm looking at another motherfucker 38 years old and I'm like, man, fuck, man, I should be better off. That ain't my
I don't
story.
know.
Some
That ain't
people
my
do.
story.
Y'all, men,
I don't do
I
it.
don't
men
do
That
do
ain't
it
my
and don't
story.
realize they do it.
It's not my
Cause y'all
story.
would
You
be,
see
y'all would
a-
look
you
at
see
another
a
nigga
man,
relationship like,
you
damn, I wish I had that set up.
I
It's
ain't,
the
that's,
same thing.
it's not my
It's-
story.
You know,
It's-
especially
so I
if
gotta
they're in the
understand. I
same
stay it within
position.
my book.
Like if I see another loctician and she on her third shop and
So,
we the same age, it's like let me
I
do
could be
something.
doing more.
You know, let me.
It's
I
like-
can-
It's
I can do it.
motivation
Like,
too. Like, you don't have to be a negative.
it's not
thing.
but
necessarily
it's,
an
but it's
envy.
not your
almost like
story. It's not your story.
it ain't your
You gotta
story.
know that, hey, it might be meant for her to have 3 different shops and be in that spot.
Absolutely.
But then 10
the
years
thought
later,
about
she might not have shit.
if what would it take for me to get to the position I am now to having that type of responsibility. It's not necessarily like, she doing better than me. I want to be better than
Yeah,
her.
it's
It's
not
like,
a competition.
what would it take from the energy I use today, the finances I use today? What would it take additional
there.
to have this?
We all
you know-
have the same 24 hours in a day.
Uh-huh.
I don't look at nobody and look and be like, and I got one of my best friends is a very successful, you know what I'm saying, in his business and has 3-4 different shops, but that's not my calling.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you also got to know what your purpose is,
Right.
you know, and his purpose might be to flip 10 buildings around this motherfucker and put shops in all of them. That's
Mhm.
his calling. And I'm okay
No,
with
but
that. I
you
don't.
looking at it in a
No,
different
I'm
way.
not envious or jealous. I'm not saying that you are when you're looking at it. I'm just saying that, hey, you got to know your purpose. I'm not saying that you don't, but I'm just saying when I look at other people and maybe at the same age as me, and they're well off, I don't look because I don't know their struggle.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? They at 28, they might have been on the streets. They might have been homeless. Like I don't look at their spot where they're at now and say, damn, I could be doing better. Yes, I could, but I need to be saying that no matter whether I see them or not. I need to be saying that I could be better or I could be doing more with my 24 hours in a day.
Mhm.
You understand? Because the reality of it is that we all have the allotted same amount of time.
We do.
Well, we don't have 24 hours to
Yes, we
begin
do.
with. We got to sleep.
Again, I say.
We got to drive.
Again, I say. Let me say this one more time. We
Well,
all
we
allotted
got
the
12 hours in a
24.
day.
We
We got
all
about
are
12.
allotted. No, stop. We all are allotted the same 24 hours. The difference between you and I, let's just use that for an example, is that yeah, you might need to sleep. I might stay up. You feel what I'm saying? Because I got a different goal
How
in my
long
mind.
can you do that though?
Do you
before
think?
you
Do
need
you?
rest?
Okay, let's use rappers for an example. It's a terrible example, but it's a great example. Some of them motherfuckers don't sleep.
And they be pumped up on drugs.
You know what? It don't matter. It don't matter.
They
It don't
be
matter.
pumped up on
At the
drugs.
end of the day, they're making the best out of their 24 hours for their life.
That's true.
You understand what I'm saying? So, yes, do you need sleep? Yes. Do you need to whatever? You need all that logically. But some people just find better ways to use their time.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's cool.
That's true.
And they might also, I got 3 kids. You got one on the way. You don't have any. You don't have any. Our time is different because now we got to care for somebody.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So their time is different. They don't have to care for a human.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So then you got to start factoring all that shit together. This person that you see, that you was talking about as a loctician, she might not have no kids, she ain't got no husband, she ain't got no relationship, she ain't got shit. You feel what I'm saying? You got a wife. You got more responsibilities.
Wife, you
So
got dogs,
that's what I'm saying. Like it's different.
not-
That's why I say you can't look at somebody and be like, damn.
But it
You
ain't,
feel
that's
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying?
saying. It's not about their story. It's about your ability now.
You got the same
If-
24 hours.
If that now, so now, okay, if I'm in a position of planning my life, okay, and I'm planning out what I want to do, business wise, career, whatever the case is, I'm like, all right, maybe I get more shots.
It's definitely motivation.
It's not about
It's
her
definitely
life
motivation.
and her experience. It ain't even about my experience. It's about what do I now apply to what I now want.
Right.
Within the same 24 hours. What do I now have to add to my schedule? What do I now have to add to my savings to accomplish a goal such big?
Why you ain't put no bees on my shit?
Oh, because you got
You have these.
on
You
your
have
head.
these.
Ain't nobody asked you
You
to jump in this
got-
conversation.
You got a
You know
different
what?
type of swag, man.
You know, I feel you. I like
I
that
want
shit
you to
though. You
shot
should know red
pussy.
is my shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
But anyway, but I'm saying like shout out to my one of my best friends, man, Brandon Buffett, man. He is a great motivation for me. We're the same age.
Right.
We grew up together. I know where he comes from. You know what I'm saying? And he is a great and always have been a great motivation for me. Anytime I feel down or tired, or I look at him and be like, and we talk and we chop it up, and he be like, because the race is different for everybody.
Yeah.
So when I see the success that he has, not saying that that's what you're talking about, but it doesn't bring envy, it doesn't bring jealousy, it doesn't bring like, damn, I need to be doing better. It don't do shit, but just drive me to say, damn, my nigga did it. I'm gonna keep going because I'm gonna do it too.
That's
You feel
what
what I'm saying?
I wanted
That's
him to
it.
say. No.
That's
I
it.
needed you to say that so you understood what me and Black were saying.
Yeah.
It doesn't bring us envy, rage, or nothing. It's like, damn, I want to get there. You just said the same thing.
Yes, but
like
what I'm
it's
saying
not
is,
that you want to be in his place. You want to get to your version of that.
when I'm looking at,
Yes.
but you know what? When you look at people with kids, when it's different for different stuff. We talking about with him, it's business. So I
But
get
that-
it. But when you start talking about people with kids, and then you start
It's
talking
the
about
same
families,
thing, though. You
then that's a
want
biological
family.
clock. That's totally different.
But
It's totally different
but
because
it's
now
still
you
the-
can't rush that. You might not have a kid
No,
until
no.
you're 37, 38.
No, but
That's
then-
your calling. That's your purpose. That's your life.
But you can't
You feel what I'm
dissect.
saying?
It's the same thing. I can still see
You don't
families and be like,
control that,
dang,
though.
I would
God
like to
do.
get there. You can't control when you gonna get to where you are financially in business
A
either.
little bit.
You okay? If you say you can a little bit, you can rush a family too. It's not gonna be a healthy family, but you can rush it if
I
you wanted
believe
to.
you can.
You can control what you want to do.
I believe you can. I don't
If
believe
you
can
move
rush a family.
carefully, then things are gonna happen at a slower pace.
If you're looking at it from a sexual place, I don't believe you can rush a family.
I
I
think
don't.
women.
That's my own personal thing. I
Oh
don't.
shit!
Accidents happening every day.
That's cool, but it's never an accident. It's purpose.
Mm-mm. No.
Believe what you want to believe. It's never an accident. It's purpose.
The pressure, I think, from women with the whole biological clock thing comes because at a certain age, men start to even look at younger women to date.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you're an older woman trying to date about 32, 35, they start to feel like, why haven't you?
Y'all homeboy said it. What's his name?
Yeah,
May he rest in peace, but he said it.
32, no kids, that pussy whack.
Yeah.
So they start going younger now. So
Okay,
they
so
all
this-
the men was
So now
agreeing
we're-
with him.
So now
So
we're
it's like
going.
shit.
So now we're going into our topic.
Yes.
So now we're going.
Now we got time. Wait,
So-
before
so-
we go
so how long we
into
been on this
it,
shit?
30, 40 minutes on
So
everything
now we're
else.
going into our topic today because
Yes.
the reality of it is that you're asked like,
I might.
man, to a certain degree, damn, fucked up.
It's
To a certain
hard.
degree, society is Black is absolutely right. Society, we don't know if that's male, female, whatever. Society has put time on women.
A clock.
A
Yes.
clock. We do say at times, hey, she 35 or above, she done for. If she's single, there's something wrong. You feel what I'm saying? If she's 40 and she's single, something happens. Like we do say that.
Yeah.
But I also
Okay,
say,
so let me hear
hold on.
the reason behind that.
but that's what men say sometimes. I don't know why they say that. I would like to know. I would like to know, like, but also women do the
Is it
same.
different?
But women do the, you know what I'm saying? No. It happens on both sides because I have friends personally. Shit, Lance is one of them. 38, 39, no kids. He's single. You feel what I'm saying? Women are looking at him like, damn, you ain't got nothing. That's just you. You ain't got no kids. They looking at him like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
No.
Yes, they are.
And then
No,
also,
is that
Yes,
true?
they
wait,
are. Yes, they are.
And then you have to
Lance,
add-
I hope you're real.
you have
Yes,
to
they
add
are.
in the fact that not only is there a clock now, but there's a societal pressure.
But what I'm trying to
Because
get
now
y'all to
the
see is that
world
it's
looks a
clocks on
certain
both
way.
sides.
That's what I was gonna say.
There's clocks on both
Now
sides.
the
There's
world
clocks
looks
on
a
men,
certain
too.
way.
Because now at his age, you know what his pressure is? Damn, I need to have some kids. Damn, I need to get married.
No.
Yes.
No.
He ain't cool with just being out here sewing his raw loaves. Not saying that he's doing
But
that. I'm just
that's what I
saying
was gonna
he's
say.
not
Not
cool
only
with
is there a biological
it. It's a clock for him
now,
too.
but there's also societal pressures because, like he said, Lance is 38, 39 with no children.
Mhm.
We are so used to seeing men have children at that point. They're like,
Right.
damn. At
So when a
26,
woman-
somebody.
When
But
a woman
listen,
meets him, you know what she's saying?
What
You
happened?
got no kids? What happened?
Great.
You ain't been married? What happened?
Great.
I was just saying, but he has been.
No,
I'm just
that's what
using
she's
that for
saying. She's
example.
saying great.
No, she's not saying
No.
fucking great, Black.
I'm
That's not
telling you,
what I'm
somebody
hearing.
my
That's not
age
some bullshit.
asked me, "Dang, you ain't got kids yet?" Like it was
I
an
understand
issue.
the
26 is
women.
bullshit.
No,
but
I'm
anyway.
but I'm
I
saying
understand
in
the
their
women.
minds, like, what happened? Why haven't you had them
I
yet?
understand that women.
Because
I
society
never
is
heard
used
any
to
women
it.
that wasn't interested in a man who didn't have kids or wasn't previously married, not previously married, or if you have never been previously married or had kids, I will question if you're a little gay. But
See?
No,
You
Not
are
a
a
little
perfect
gay.
example
I'm
of
sorry.
what we're talking
I
about.
went
A
right
little
into
gay?
society. Look, I walked my
Exactly.
head right into
you
the
got
wall.
out of the free thinking chair.
Yeah.
Right
See?
into the dark.
Exactly. So you are you, me, her, we all do it.
Yeah.
We all do it. You find a 37, 38, 39-year-old man, woman, ain't never been married, ain't never had no kids, you looking like, what the fuck is wrong
Like,
with
what's
them?
wrong with you?
Where have you been at? You been under a rock?
Because at this point, they be like, dang, it couldn't have been everybody you dated
Like,
that
where
was the issue. So
where
now
have
you
you
the
been
problem.
at? You been in this
What's
whole high?
crazy is while I was thinking
You was
about
in the
my
coat?
response,
Where was you
that
at?
wasn't even
Like,
it.
what the fuck? That's
I
what
feel
we
like in
think.
so many relationships, though, you may be the problem if none of them could work out.
I'm kind of
Look,
baffled with that.
I'm gonna tell you something.
It may
If you're
be something you need to
37,
work on.
I do believe if you're 37, 38, 39, 40 years old, you ain't had no kids, but that's fine. But you ain't never been in a serious relationship and or married, I am asking you what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm
If
not
you're
judging
not just
you. I'm
focusing
going
on
to
your
ask you. If I was on a date with a woman and she was my age, she ain't never been married, she don't have any kids, she's never been in a real serious relationship, I am going to ask her,
What you been up
what's
to?
going on? What have you been up to? I need to know your whole story.
You
at
need
this
to be a
point.
millionaire then.
Like,
Your whole
exactly.
focus
I need to know. I need to know. I'm not judging you. I'm again, I am not judging you. I just need to know, where are you?
Yeah, because if you think about it, if she's that age and has not had kids and wants kids, now the pressure is on you to give her kids.
If
y'all that
because I ain't tripping if you my age and you ain't got no kids. I'm not tripping on it.
But I'm saying if she wants kids.
But I am questioning if you have not been necessarily in a serious relationship and or married. I'm questioning you for that. I'm not questioning because you don't have kids. I actually think that's admirable if you don't have kids. I'm not tripping. But that not being in a serious relationship and or not have kids, or not be married, I'm like, okay, where have you been relationally?
But
I'm not tripping on you not having
But this
kids.
is the thing though. Why is it a concern for if she has or has not been married if she doesn't have kids? Because no, listen. You said you're.
Oh, I see where you're going.
Thank you, Black. Never mind. I'll leave it.
Okay, so if she hasn't been married, maybe she was waiting to get married to have kids.
No, that's why I said I'm not worried about the kids. I keep saying it. I'm not tripping on the kids part. I'm not tripping on the kids part. It's more so of I'm saying and or means you haven't been married and or haven't been in a serious relationship.
Yeah.
Then I am like asking you why. That's it. I'm not judging you. Whatever your answer it is that you give me is the answer it is you give me.
Maybe he was.
Yeah, that's
next
it.
to another man.
Oh my God.
Or in the feds.
Oh my God.
He should have been in the feds.
She ain't have a lot of options.
That's not true.
You ain't got no.
Ain't too many women out here being faithful to no nigga locked up. That's a whole nother topic.
That's not true. We've been
watching.
We watch Love After Love.
That's some insecure ass women that they probably paying.
They still women.
Anyway.
They still women.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them have been loyal. Some of them got a couple of pen pals.
Some women got secrets. They got a little secret.
But
they ain't faithful.
Some of them are
but
faithful.
They held the men down.
No, they ain't held shit. They been out here
Check
fucking.
That show out.
They been out here fucking and sucking and then waiting on him to get out.
Yeah.
Some of them.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that's another topic.
So I want to play the video that stemmed this conversation though.
Ooh, I'm finna go in.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So we got a little video, y'all.
If y'all tune in on YouTube, you'll be able to see the video.
This video came from tonight's conversation. It's a card game, but
tonight's conversation starting to piss me off.
It's a card game that y'all can purchase, but they have their own Instagram and they talk about the cards on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this.
Tonight's conversation.
Yep.
They starting to piss me off.
Okay, let's go.
I think younger women tend to be more impressionable. I think older women, in my experience, you 30, 33, 35, the experiences that you have at that point is just, a little bit too much for me. And I really think in some cases you really can't teach an old dog new tricks. So I prefer, my women to be of the younger variety.
If a woman wants to respect you and give you
I think younger women tend to be more impressionable. I think older women, in my experience, you 30, 33, 35, the experiences that you have at that point is just, a little bit too much for me. And I really think in some cases you really can't teach an old dog new tricks. So I prefer, my women to be of the younger variety.
If a woman wants to respect you and give you the respect to lead and be her partner, why do you need to have that level of power over her if you're not trying to manipulate someone?
See, it's not power, it's impressionable. I've never seen a successful partnership where the other person wouldn't allow themselves to be impressed upon. If I'm a person and I got a vision, I got a plan, I got a whole program, I would think that the person that wants to be with me is willing to learn and willing to adopt some of the ways and even some of the principles that I have.
That's not impressionable. Impressionable is basically getting someone to do what you want them to do because they're easily swayed and easily persuaded to do what you want them to do.
Who said that? Did you make that up?
Well,
when you hire somebody, you look for somebody that's impressionable.
But
why would I listen?
Right, so you even train them. So you can, when you hire somebody, you're about to train them.
Now,
and that's why you want them impressionable.
I think younger women tend to be more impressionable.
Okay, y'all need it one more time?
No.
I know what it said.
He said forget the definition, but that's the word.
That's the word. He want a woman that's impressionable so that he can lead them into a direction. Right?
I'm gonna let you go ahead and handle your business.
Well, hold on. I'll read the questions off.
Ain't no one heard my business.
No.
Okay. So the first question, let's start at the top, okay? Can you have,
I ain't even said nothing wrong. She already over here.
Can you have a successful relationship without some level of submission from your partner?
Can you have a successful relationship without some form of submission from your partner?
No. No, absolutely not.
No, I feel like everybody has to
You
submit
have to
somewhere.
have some submission somewhere.
You have to.
Have to. If it's you said successful, the key
Mhm.
word in that sentence is
Successful relationship.
relationship.
You can have a
In order to have a
relationship.
successful relationship,
You can have
like have that I don't even need to elaborate on that question. We can go somewhere.
Okay, shit.
It's for real though. It's like
It is.
successful. Key word is successful in the sentence.
Okay.
So at
You
the
want
end of,
this to work, you're
yeah,
gonna have to.
if you so caught up on the word submission and not successful, that's where you fucked up.
Okay,
So the reality is,
hold on. Let me throw a
successful.
curveball.
Mm.
Could you have a successful relationship if the man was the one who was predominantly submissive in this relationship?
Successful is still yes.
If it's successful, it's
Successful is
I
the
was
key
just,
word.
hey, I was just asking.
Whatever
some
works,
people-
works.
Some people automatically think if you say submission, they're talking about women. You can have a submissive man and still have a great
We're not
relationship.
going
He don't be trying to turn us up.
Hey,
and-
I'm not going there.
That was
No.
the simplest
Yeah,
goal.
I know that. Like, I'm not going
I
there.
feel like you were trying to bait
I'm
us
not-
in.
I'm not-
on
No,
that.
I just wanted to clarify that because it's a lot. I don't
Look.
care who I offend. It's a lot of women who get their panties in a fucking tight as soon as somebody say submission.
Okay,
We know that.
agreed.
We are aware.
Now-
Here is the reality of that.
Look at
The
you.
reality
don't
of
take me.
the reality
Don't
of that
take
is
me.
that submission is a two-way street.
Mhm.
Two-way. Like, submission goes all the way down to as simple as, yeah, I might be paying all the bills in the house, talking about the man, but I'm also bringing her food. I'm getting whatever she needs. I'm
Mhm.
doing, so I'm still submitting in some form. So submission is about two people that have put themselves to the side for the greater good of their relationship.
That's all I was trying to get. I wasn't trying to start no argument
fuck with me.
thing. Y'all
Like,
supposed to be real
that's
raw
why,
and
like,
uncut. We
people-
gotta talk to the
People don't understand the real word. Like, so when I said impressionable, I was like, fuck the definition. It's because what we need to do with words is we need to see what the definition is,
Mhm.
but you also need to use your context clues. There's key words in that definition that'll really tell you what that word really means.
Mhm.
When I look at the word submission, the basis that is submit. You feel what I'm saying? So in order to submit, that means you got to bow down. You feel what I'm saying? And I ain't meaning that in a physical standpoint. That means you have to put yourself to the side for the greater good of whatever the goal is. Whether you want to acknowledge it or not, you're submitting in business, you're submitting in sports, you're submitting in a relationship, you're submitting at home, you're submitting to mom, dad, you're submitting your whole life because submitting and service kind of go together. You feel what I'm saying? So now when I submit to this person, whatever the way I'm submitting, that person also has to submit if we want the greater good of the relationship. If we want if the goal, if the NBA championship is marriage, in order for us to get to marriage, I gotta submit. You gotta submit. We gotta come to a common goal and say, you know what? I'm gonna put my selfishness to the side. You're gonna put your selfishness to the side so we can
And
get
whatever's
this.
necessary.
Whatever's necessary is necessary.
You are very selfless.
Yes.
In a
In order to
relationship.
submit, you got to be selfless. In order to be selfless,
Definitely.
in order to have a good relationship, you got to be selfless.
Yeah.
Like, so successful, when I heard her ask the first question of successful, I ain't even thinking about the word submission. I'm thinking about the word successful. Because if I want to have a successful relationship, I need to do whatever it takes.
Okay.
Whatever it takes.
So while y'all was talking, I got curious between the difference between compromise and submission.
Okay.
So it says compromise is when both people give a little of their mutual. Compromise is when both people give a little to their mutual benefit. Submission is when only one person gives to the other's benefit.
I disagree with the definition.
So
Damn.
really, you're looking for
The context,
compromise.
like you said, and that's because what we think is submission is.
But I've always
party.
disagreed with the definition. I knew
and
it.
then if you have
I've
two
always-
people who are submitting to each other, then that's still compromise. Technically, it's like you're canceling yourself out.
it's still submission also. You feel what I'm
Okay.
saying? So that's why I've always disagreed with the definition of submission, because I know in order to have a successful relationship, both has to do it. It's impossible unless you're just a pleaser by nature. That's your first love. It's impossible for you to have a successful relationship and not receive and give. It's impossible.
Yeah.
Unless you're just a giver and you just
That's even
You
fine.
get
You're
off-
still a giver, but
you know what I'm
you
saying?
should
Like-
just be that giver and not
Yeah.
expect to get a thank you or gift or some type of submission from it. That's narcissism.
that's whack.
Yeah.
Shit, that's
Maybe
boring.
it's speaking about just because when you're being submissive, we're not always doing it at the same exact time.
No, we're
Maybe
not.
that's why they said one
One
person.
person.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Because
Technically,
it's happening at different
it's
times.
Right.
and it's happening in different areas of the relationship.
Yeah.
We might be doing it at the same time, but it's different areas of the relationship, so
Right.
it's different.
Right.
So maybe it is, but I've never when I seen one and I seen the word submit, I never agreed with it because I was like, okay, we can still be both doing this at the same time. It's just more so of like you said, you might be submitting in finances, I might be submitting in the house shit. Like, it's still submitting either way it goes.
Right.
What's the second question?
All right. Do you think age has anything to do with how people operate in their relationships, or is it just experience?
One more time.
Do you think age has anything to do with how people operate in their relationships, or is it just experience?
Both. I think age do take account of how people operate in a relationship. Like, for example, if two people are the same age, they will be more inclined to be partners in a relationship. Just for example, I'm not sure, but let's say if two people are the same age, they're more inclined to being partners as far as 50-50 situation. If a person that is a sugar daddy situation with an older man and a younger child, I'm sure he's not expecting her to bring something crazy to the table. You know, he's expected to carry a certain amount. And same with a cougar and a younger man. She's expected to take care of the younger person. You know, and it could be different situations too, with a younger person wanting to take care of older. I took care of older lady before, but I feel like that does change the dynamics of it. I feel like that our age difference kind of suggests that you should be one way or the other.
Right.
But had, you know, I go into a partnership with someone more my age and we in the same
50-50, we trying to make it together.
In the same place.
Yeah.
I would say we both finish in school, we both finding work, we both know we finna both pay this rent. Yeah. You know. But if I have someone younger than me, I wouldn't think you're finna pay this rent. For some reason, I personally wouldn't think. No, that wouldn't even be an option for you because you're the baby. For me, that's what it would be.
How people operate in relationships is based on experience. So yes, both. I'm gonna operate differently if I have a woman that's the same age as me versus a woman that's younger than me. I'm going to operate differently because I'm expecting that woman that's my age to have experience.
The same experience.
I mean, not expecting the one that's younger than me to have the experience that I have. You know what I'm saying? It's not saying that she doesn't. I'm just not expecting it going in.
You to be okay.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
The key word is expecting. So I'm not expecting. Not saying that she doesn't, because she can prove to me that she does.
Yeah.
But I'm not expecting that going in. So experience does take a big toll on how we operate. Yeah. Because that's just human nature. You feel what I'm saying? Like when you go out for a job interview, if you've never did the job, you straight out of college, but then she has done a job for 5 years, they're probably going to go with her because she has the experience. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? So it's the same concept in relationship. If I got a woman that's 38 and I got a woman that's 28, but I'm also looking for a woman that is experienced, then I'll probably go with the 38-year-old because she's experienced. You see what I'm saying? So it's just, that's just what it is.
Some people are sheltered until a certain age and they don't have the experience of certain things. What if that was the case? But then you have people who are younger who experience things.
That's older, like what she's explaining, that's been sheltered. So you don't have the experience. Perhaps you've been waiting until you graduate to date. So you've been in one relationship your whole life versus someone that has dated around and been in previous relationships.
It all depends on what your experience level is and what you want in what area. So, experience can be in the bedroom, or experience can be, in finances. You feel what I'm saying? So it just depends on what the experience level is and what area of the relationship it is. Now, flip.
Absolutely.
Men doesn't care. Men don't care. To a degree, if a woman has experience in the bedroom or not, because he's either A, going to teach her, or she's B, going to teach him. One or the other. You feel what I'm saying? Like, because nowadays, shit, young folks are so advanced in that area. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Motherfuckers 24 years old can be experienced as hell in the bedroom and be inexperienced in finances.
Completely.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's the world we live in right now. So guess what? Because men are very lustful at times, we're going to go after the 24-year-old because she's experienced in the bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
But now I got to groom her in a sense. That's what he's saying on that video. I got to groom her in these other areas. So he's willing to take that mantle and do that. I, on the other hand, I'm saying you got to have something. Goddamn me. I work with you, but I ain't building no houses. Because here's the reality of it.
He said you gotta have a foundation.
Like, here's the reality of it. Like,
pipes gotta be laid.
what I don't want to do is do what I've done in my past. And this don't got nothing to do with age. Is build a woman up only for me to not be with her. I personally have done that. When I look back on my past, I've built some women up, and I don't mean like I made them or any of that sort, y'all. I'm not saying any of that. What I'm saying is that in areas that they were low in, I helped them, I assisted them in making sure and encouraged them and pushed them along the way to where I'm sure that that's not a low point in their life anymore. You feel what I'm saying? Or a low area in their life anymore. I don't want to continue to keep doing that and not reap the benefit of that. And what's the ultimate benefit? It's for that woman to be with me and I to benefit off of what I've helped her and assisted her in growing. Whether that be finances, whether that be business, whether that be, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if me and you get a business together, which this is our business, if we get a business together, and then we done took this motherfucker to the level, you know what I'm saying? We up there. Only for you to tell me, man, Dion, I just think I can do this by myself, or I'm gonna just go over here and do this. I'm gonna be fucked up. Do you think I'm gonna do another show? Fuck no.
No.
Because the reality of it is now I'm pissed and now I'm looking over my shoulder all the damn time because I'm like, damn, what if the next person do this to me?
Yeah.
So in relationships, it's the same concept. When you've poured all of yourself, especially when you're a giver like we are, every relationship, what we're doing, I'm talking about we pouring. We pouring it all out only to get nothing in return, because if the relationship fails, we get nothing. So now I'm looking over my shoulder for the next woman. So now the next woman got to work hard. Because now she got to prove to me that she ain't going to leave. Which she can never prove that, fellas. Ever. She can't do that. And if she's telling you that she ain't going to leave you, I'm not saying she lying, but I am saying that do something wrong and see. Do something wrong and see. But there's the reality of it.
Like
That's
I'm saying, I never see another girl. I never look at it.
Yeah. Do something wrong and see. Do something wrong and see.
Do you think that that's one of the downside setups of dating versus courting?
Yep. That 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Well, yeah, that, and also you pouring into something that ain't guaranteed. Like, you didn't have intentions and she ain't have intentions, but y'all liked each other, so now y'all go together real bad, but not really.
I can definitely see that being a pro and con of the court, because you do this whole thing betting on one thing, on one person, and the experience is terrible.
Yeah.
You know, we just not in that way compatible. Huh? We're both interested in love. Yep.
But not from each
Our
other.
parents are, yep. That's all good. But naked, no.
Yeah.
You know, so I do think that will be a con, but what if it ain't?
Yeah.
What if you make what you can learn that together and learn love together, and then you look back and that's just your partner. Like, you can't.
That's my rock.
I feel like it'll establish a different type of love. I survived something. Like, man, like, let's say people I served with, when you survive something together, it's a different type of love. It's a different type of love, man. Although I don't talk to a lot of people I serve with anymore, but if they was to call, I'd be a different person, So
because y'all have an experience.
we've experienced something we can't even
Well,
even sharing the story about the experience wouldn't give you the justice, or us standing next to each other trying to figure out this, whatever.
and those type of people I don't allow to leave my life. if I've experienced something with you that I haven't experienced with anybody else, good luck trying to leave me. Because I'm
Blood in,
possessive.
blood out.
Because I'm possessive when
In
it
a
comes
way
to
like that, you
I'm
know, and I
possessive
feel
when
like
it comes to that.
that's what it would be for court, especially if you're courting from a young age up, and you just like you look back and you are age now thinking back like, man, remember when we was 16 and we was, you know, because honestly that's how me and my wife is. I remember her from a kid up. So when she tell me stories about high school and whatever, I seen it. I know everything that happened that day, you know. So it's like, man, we're here. You know, it's like, gosh, girl,
We
you know,
made
so
it
it's
through
a
some
different
stuff.
type.
Yeah.
We're friends.
Yeah. At the
We're
core
lovers,
of everything.
we're partners. It's like,
Right.
I've seen you so many ways.
Right.
You know, so it's not even scary that I'm gonna see you in other ways, and it's more exciting there because I've seen where we've came from. If y'all would have known me back then, this would be, man, y'all be proud of me.
Right.
On my mama, y'all would be proud of my mentality,
The way you think, the way you move.
me even wanting to love other people. I should be shut down. I should be out of that. But man, that girl got to see it all in every person, every type of person that's capable of hurting me, and she knows everything. You get what I'm saying? And who can replace that?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like even if we weren't to, we're gonna spend forever together. But even if that wasn't the case, you will have to understand she's
like
here.
she here forever. Yeah.
She's gonna be here.
Right.
Yeah.
You
and that's
might as
the
well
thing.
get
When
to
you've
know
experienced
her.
something like that's from being married to having children. A person has to know going in that hey, that person is here.
Oh yeah.
They're not leaving. They got kids. They've been married. They've seen each other. Like it's crazy to me how people be trying to eliminate motherfuckers that can't be eliminated. Like how can you? Like even if I wanted to eliminate them, I can't eliminate them. Shit, it's fucking mother of my kids. Come on, let's be realistic here, right?
Yeah.
That can't go anywhere. So whether you want to see them or whether you don't want to see them, you're gonna see them.
You might as well figure that out.
You might as well figure that out.
You might as well figure that out, and it won't even be that bad.
But it's amazing to
You
me.
get what I'm saying? Especially if you love someone.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, well, I can't say it that way, but you cared about someone and that's theirs. You'll get it.
Yeah.
Or you'll find what you're looking for. You get what I'm saying? But fuck that. She ain't going nowhere. She might be upstairs. You know. We may not ever can live separate. Like
and see the thing what people fail to realize, they'll have an easier time being okay with what he has because there's kids involved. In your case, okay, sorry. Let me rephrase.
So let me tell you about.
Hold on, wait.
Hold on.
Wait, you gotta let me finish though.
1 second. I promise you I'm gonna let you go. Man, say women are weird sometimes. Some women are weird, bro. Like you really think you can handle this, and then when you get in this. It's almost like you want me to diss my goddamn kids to be with you. Bitch, are you lying? You smoking dope? You losing your brain.
Why would she even want that?
Like, but it's a catch-22 because I hear women say, I want a man to take care of his kids and look out. No, you need to rephrase that, boo. You want a man to take care of the kid he has with you.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But you don't give a damn about his actual kids. Let's be realistic. You just long as you won and everybody else is behind you, straight. But if you feel like the minute something is coming before you, you're a totally different person. So women need to watch their words, and you want a man that takes care of the kid that he has with you.
They need a certain type of maturity.
You understand what I'm saying?
To deal with a man with children already.
In order to be with a man with children, you have to love him and them all.
All the same.
All.
Yeah.
In order for you to be with a man with kids. That's why I respect a woman that says, I don't want to date a man with kids. I respect that because that means you're bold enough to admit that you can't handle
that
it.
type of pressure.
Yeah.
I respect that. I ain't mean I'm gonna fuck with you because I'm pretty sure I'm not. But the reality of it is I respect the fact that you say what you said because the reality of it is at least you're being honest with yourself. Because you gotta know in the back of your mind when you're dating a man with kids that you'll never be one. You're probably gonna be 2 on Monday, 3 on Wednesday, 4 on Sunday, back to Thursday, you might be 2. But you ain't gonna never be 1 because them kids come first if he's a real father. You feel what I'm saying? It's not saying I'm not gonna make time for you. It's not gonna say I'm not saying I'm not gonna kick it with you. We not gonna do everything that you want to do. But I'm saying when that phone rings and it's them and there's something going on, you gotta get pushed back, but you gotta respect and understand that. But we have to do it on the man's side too.
Yeah.
If a woman has kids and you don't, you gotta do that same concept. The difference is that when a woman has kids, she damn near put them on the back burner for that man. Sometimes, because women get caught up in that. I don't want to lose in the stage.
Oh yeah, women definitely would choose men over their children.
That's what I'm saying. So it's
Sadly.
different. It's different. You feel what I'm saying? So you got to be really careful with that.
And I don't get it
either. I'm looking at you different if I'm fucking with you.
Exactly.
And then I said, hey, let's go here. And you'd be like, well, let me see if somebody go pick them up from school. No, bitch, we're just not going. We good. And if a man be like, all right, well, shit, hit me back and let me know. You might want to leave him alone.
And then they have a child together, and then
no. And then you mad at him for doing the same shit that you feel what I'm saying? Like, this is the shit that's really going on, and we ain't paying attention to it.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So now you want me to act different because I got a kid by you now. But when I didn't have a kid by you and I had my own, it was cool. But now that I got a kid by you, I got to do shit different.
Nah, that's fucked up.
But this is what's going on out here. And I don't think we even paying attention to what we really doing out here.
I don't even know what we said this time.
Like, this one is different. It's different when you have kids and you trying to date. And it's like, I want to go out with you on Monday. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm like, all right, well, shit, let me go and do ABC. Well, let me go and see if, you know what I'm saying, somebody can help me out over here so I can go out with you. You know what I'm saying? And then we go out. Now, this is why, now let's just say we dating and it's deep. And now you pregnant by me. You feel what I'm saying? So then when you have a baby, and then let's just say I'm like, all right, well, shit, all right, let's go out. Let's do baby, you know what I'm saying, ABC. But shit, how we gonna do that? You know, you gotta go do this for the kid. I gotta go do this. No, it was cool when you didn't have one, but it ain't cool no more.
She don't want to rearrange nothing.
Right now you don't want to rearrange because now we got one together. So now I gotta be there with you hand and foot. But when it was just me that had something, you was cool. You was cool. All right, well, shoot, I'll wait. I'll go here. I'll do this. I'll do that. You know, it's no compromise. That's the word. There's no compromise anymore. It's like now I got what I wanted. There are some women out here that legitimately just want a kid by you, dude. There's some men out here that just legitimately just want a kid by a woman. Let's just keep it G. Let's just keep it G. That's all they want.
I've never thought about that.
You have to pay attention to people, what they say, their ways. They're telling you, they're giving you context clues when you're out on a date. Yeah. You just got to be willing to listen and stop gazing in the motherfucker eyes, googly-eyed and shit, and thinking about what you finna do after y'all leave this restaurant. You need to listen to what the fuck they saying while they at the restaurant or while they at the bookstore or wherever you at. Listen to what the fuck a motherfucker saying and what they're not saying. Because if you're having a conversation, and they ain't saying shit,
you gotta look.
Yeah, that's a red flag. If a motherfucker ain't saying shit, you the only one that's talking, that should be your last day, boo.
Look, because you know it's going to be, if they can't hold a conversation, they don't know what they want in life. Yeah. They don't know where they're going. You got a lot of issues for you to, me, and then you're going to go on a second date with them. For what?
Talk to me.
Yeah, we going to the hookah lounge this time. So he can get drunk and get high and that's it?
Oh, now he can talk.
Now he can talk. No.
And then listen to him then. Because now he's telling you all his wants in the car. He's snitching on himself. Niggas
I'm just trying to make it in life.
Niggas snitch all the time.
Man.
Niggas talking about, I ain't no snitch. Nigga, you snitch all the time, bro. Stop lying. Especially when you're intoxicated. And when
hit dog a holler.
You snitching like a motherfucker.
A hit dog a holler.
Yeah. I think a lot of times we just not paying attention. So it goes to the third question, like why are we so triggered by others' relationships or relational choices?
I think it's a difference between discussing their choices and being triggered, because some people get mad.
I'm one of those.
But it does affect society, so can we get mad?
I'm one of those people that get mad when I hear other people's relational stuff, especially if I know them and I know how you are. And okay, I have a friend, my partner.
Tell me more.
And I talked to him, and I was like, "Bro, look out for these signs. I don't know. They ain't good." Goes out with her anyway. Not saying that you're supposed to not go out with him. I'm saying you're a grown man. You're gonna do what you want to do. And you come back to me and you say, "Bro, Man, you was right. Bro, I ain't giving you advice, nigga, just off of nothing. I'm giving you advice off experience. I've been there. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to stop you from even wasting your time. I'm not saying don't go out with the person. I'm saying pay attention to these triggers, these signs, she's showing you, your ass just ain't paying attention. All right, go out on a date, pay attention to ABC. Just keep your eyes open. He went out, paid attention to ABC, came back the next day, he was right. Yeah, that's the thing. So I'm triggered by that because you're my partner. And all I asked you to do was listen the first time. Then the second time you went, now I'm telling you pay attention.
Yeah.
Listening, paying attention, two totally different things. You know what I'm saying? And some people don't know how to do neither one of them motherfuckers. So the reality of it is that you didn't listen to me the first time. So then you went out with her a second time, and then I asked you to pay attention to ABC. Then you finally said, oh shit, he was right. Because I seen it. I seen it. But you were so
enamored,
you googly eyed. Give a fuck about them googly eyes. Pay attention to these signs. Because motherfuckers telling you who they really are. Nobody can get away from who they really are. They can mask it for a little bit. That's good. But that mask comes off a whole lot more often than what we think. We just choose not to look. You're so physically and lustfully attracted to them. You want to do this, you want to do that, you want to go here, you want to go there. Some people look at women as trophies and women look at men as trophies. Some people just, you know what I'm saying, are sexually compatible and that's all it's going to be. But then when they get into their feelings with the sex, now they want more. It's just so many different gumbos of what you're looking for when you go out on these dates. Yes. A lot of times I am triggered by other motherfuckers' mistakes. Now, does it bother me to the point to where it's bothering me personally? Absolutely not. I don't give a shit about that. But the reality of it is that it does bother me to the point to where when people are trying to give you some sound advice and you trust them, at least take heed. Don't just be like, oh man, nigga don't know what he's talking about. She don't know what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna go. And you're gonna go and you're gonna get your feelings hurt. And I'm gonna come and don't come back and tell me shit, because then I'm gonna cuss you out. Because I'm gonna be like, damn, I just told you. And that's exactly what I told my friend. I was like, bro, I just told you. You was right, but I hate to tell you he was right. Why would you bump your head, bro? That's why I've been in the position that I am in my life. I learned from people. Certain parts of my life, experience wasn't my best teacher. Certain parts of my life, hearing other people go through it was my best teacher. So smoking was a perfect example of that. I've never smoked a day in my life because I seen and heard what it did to other people. So guess what? I didn't be that stupid motherfucker to be like, we shouldn't try that shit anyway. That's fucking stupid. I never drank a day in my life because I've seen and heard what it does to people. I wasn't that motherfucker, man, let me get that drink real quick, bro. Let me try it, man. They said it was gonna fuck me up. Man, I'm fucked up. No.
Why you smell it?
You know
Wait, that's
like,
cold. That ain't true.
Like, then it's like, no. Like, that's stupid to me.
Yeah.
But some people are okay with that. They gotta test the waters. I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy to test waters. But, you know, to each his own. To each his own.
I don't care about people's relationship. Yeah, I like you to make your own decision. You know, I want to watch the human experience. That's my thing. I don't care. You can fall on your face 30 times and be like, what?
Did it again.
How was that?
Damn.
I'm going to be there for the story, you know? Because it's your choice. It's your human experience. I ain't got to stop you from doing shit. If you don't see that door, you don't see the door. You know, we can even casually talk about the red flag. You don't care. Neither do I. Huh?
I don't understand how we get so blinded by red flags.
Yeah, I would casually throw
This
them
shit
out.
is weird to
Girl,
me.
you seen them shorts?
Yeah.
You seen them in them shorts? Oh, you did? Cool. Because I see, I ain't going by my business. You seen his post? You did? Me too. I ain't going by my business. I don't give a damn.
I've learned that what people post is really who they are.
The perception you're selling to the world?
Yeah, this to my old man.
It's
It's
who
just
you
for entertainment.
inspired to
Social
be.
media is not for entertainment.
I don't. Yeah.
Social
Just
media
for
is telling
entertainment.
us who the fuck you really is. Unless you're a goddamn comedian or something that actually get paid to do it. When motherfuckers post they little thoughts and make their little posts,
Mm-hmm.
nigga, that's real.
Or when they share
those
somebody
memes,
else,
that's real.
yeah.
When they share the memes and the videos,
Yeah, that
like,
shit
oh,
is
you
real.
think like that.
That's a piece of who you are.
You think like that.
Like, yeah, absolutely.
Big time.
Like, I ain't posting nothing that I don't believe in to get no jokes.
Exactly.
I'm posting shit that I believe in, or shit that I like, or shit that I like. Telling that social media, y'all get too serious. No, we're not getting serious. You're telling us who you are.
Mm-hmm.
If a motherfucker say on social media and they share something that says something about racism, you ain't saying that you did that shit for jokes and likes, nigga. You really feel that way.
You're
A
looking
piece
for
of
your
you,
tribe.
a piece of you really feel that way.
Mhm.
So why not?
Mhm.
I need to take what you said with a grain of salt. I don't give a fuck if it's on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. If you do a dance off of goddamn me, yeah, you doing it for the likes, but you like that song.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't pick that song out of nowhere.
Because if you like it, you want to use it.
Thank you. You ain't doing what the trend is just to be doing it. You doing it because
You'll
you
pick a
like
different
it.
trend.
Yeah,
There's so many
you
trends
become
going
the
on.
trend. You like that, and you like the attention that comes with it.
Mm-hmm.
Social
It's
media,
additional.
yeah, that's the additional. But what you're doing is who you are. And if you get the likes, great. If you don't, you know what I'm saying? I still liked it. That's what you're gonna say. Why'd you do it? Because I wanted to. Because I wanted to means you like it. In my
That's
mind.
your thing. If you like it, you like
Yeah. It's just sometimes we don't want people to see the perception.
it.
You feel what I'm saying? But
They don't like how it sound when they hear it back.
exactly.
Yeah, I
They
was
be-
say that. They'll
yeah.
share something, they'll share a meme, and the minute you question something about the meme and they can't necessarily defend it in a way
Right.
to get you to agree, they delete it.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's just like if that just own up to what you if you are racist and you say something racist and I say you're racist, be like, oh yeah, I am a little racist.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, it's fine. You don't have to like, that's not what I meant when I said it. But when you hear it back and you hear what it actually is, you get offended. No. Own up to
That's
it.
why I say I stand on whatever I say. People say, oh, it's not nice, or they don't care. Do you really think that people, and this is so off subject, do you really think that people care about what they say about you when they're not saying it about you in front of you? They don't care.
Mm-mm.
So why should I? Why should I care about what I say? The difference between you and I is I'm gonna say it in your face and behind your back.
You're
I'm
not
gonna do
gonna
both.
you're not gonna throw the stone and hide
Yeah.
your hand.
Yeah,
Like, no,
nah.
I'm gonna throw it
I
at you
actually
when you
want
looking
you
at
to be
me.
here so I can tell it to you.
Mm.
And then I'm gonna say it when you leave.
Yeah.
At least you'll know I ain't doing it behind your back.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm telling you straight up. If you ain't shit, I'm gonna tell you you ain't shit in front of you in your face. And I'm gonna tell somebody else you ain't shit if they know us and we talk to them like that. Yeah,
It's just the same across the board.
right. But well, we don't do that though.
People should though. So when they come back to you after they hear it, you don't have to deal with the whole your chest dropping into your stomach,
Right, like,
feeling
oh.
and all of that. Now that
It
you
got
gotta
back
face
to
it.
you? Like,
I'm not into the business of caring about a person's feelings. Like, if you're doing some fucked up shit, I'm gonna tell you you're doing some fucked up shit.
Mhm.
Why would I be in a business about caring about your feelings? Why is that so important to me?
Mm-hmm.
Why do we live in a world to where people's feelings is a priority, but you're saying all of these other different things and you know who you're talking about? Why you just won't go to that person and talk to them about it?
Yeah.
Why you gotta post this, post that, post
Subliminals.
this? I ain't putting no subliminals.
Damn
If I said Joe Blow ain't shit, I'm gonna say Joe Blow ain't shit in front of Joe Blow. And then if I want to post it after that, then I'm gonna say Joe Blow ain't shit after that too.
and tag them in it.
That's fine with me. You feel what I'm saying? Like, even though I don't take social media for anything, but you're gonna know how I feel about you.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna know it. I'm gonna show it in my actions, and I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
That's it. But we don't do that. We don't. We are. Oh, that's Dion. That's not nice. Or it's no secret. If you go ask that person, they know I feel that way. Like, but I'm the rude one. I think it's more rude not to tell a person how you feel.
And Arthur, you're not the only one who feel like that.
Exactly.
Right.
You just the only one who said it.
Yeah. My friends would like hygiene in the gym is a big issue. And one of my friends was like, man, how do I tell somebody, about their hygiene? Easy. You pull them to the side and tell them.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that.
I
Like-
bet they come next time smelling better because they don't want to.
And if they offended, then they won't come back. And if that's fine too. But the reality of it is that if I don't tell you, guess what's gonna happen? you're gonna keep coming back, and the more you come back, and I don't ever tell you, you're gonna think that that's okay, and it's not okay. So the reality of it is, moral of the story is tell them.
Yeah.
Be honest with people out here, man. Like, honesty doesn't exist anymore. It's just like we care about people's feelings. Like, it's amazing to me how we are not bold enough to tell a person how we feel, but we're bold enough to go out on a date with them. Like, it's fucking weird. Like, my brain, this is why I don't date, because my brain don't operate the way people operate. Like, you're willing to take a chance on me coming to pick you up for a date, take you here, do this, but not really willing to tell them how you feel. It's fucking weird. It's asinine. You willing to take me on a trip, take me across the country, and come back to Dallas and not have a conversation with me? Cool. You know what? Fuck it. This is what we do. I see chicks all the time. I see guys on time. Yeah, I want to take a trip, bend on the back, and all that good shit. That's good, bro. But you don't want to even have a conversation with this chick before y'all even go. That's why the whole saying of flying them out, that's why that became such a big deal. Yeah, I'm finna get flued out. That's something to brag about? You think she coming to pay for her shit when she get here? Hell no. But this is the way we operate. We operate with no communication, no boundaries, no commitment, no understanding. Just as long as I get what I want out of it, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it works, sometimes it don't.
Most of the time it doesn't.
Absolutely. 90% of the time it doesn't. It's just a waste of time and energy and a lot of money. And a whole lot of money.
Okay, so what are y'all closing thoughts on today? What y'all got for the people? Talk to them. Talk to them.
I'm losing hope.
No.
Well, at least you got your person.
That is true. These relationships just seem hard, but I do appreciate the new understanding of dating and other options. Because perhaps we should consider the other options. If dating don't work for you, you know, like you can have an unconventional lifestyle. You can just do what you want and put a title on it, since that's our world now.
Right.
That's my closing thoughts, you know.
I think I'm still on knowing how to operate out here with this dating versus courting.
We didn't get into the grooming thing.
I know it, but it's do what you want to do. Just make sure that the person understands what you're doing. Never leave a person in the blind or in the dark about something, because I think when I see a woman, I know exactly what I want from her.
Yeah.
Like, more men need to be honest about that. You feel what I'm saying? More women, when she sees a man, she knows exactly if she's willing to give herself to that man and everything. Be more honest about those things. Be more forthcoming about those things. You feel what I'm saying? And it'll keep a lot of this uncertainty out of the way.
I wonder what that world would look like.
I just don't like fogginess. If sex is all you want from me, say that. It don't mean we don't do it, because I probably still say no. But the reality of it is, at least I know that's what you want. Versus we wasting time going on 2, 3, 4, 5 dates, only to get back to where we could have gotten after date 1. You feel what I'm saying? Or vice versa. If a man knows that, that's all he wants, which a lot of guys do. There's ways to saying that. And you'll be surprised how many women was like, well, shit, that's really all I wanted to. I just want to see what it worked. You know what I'm saying? So you would be very surprised. What we do is we go around the Marbury Bush. Date. So we are putting on a show. We're going to put on that dog and pony show for them folks.
Yeah. We're
going to put it on. Only to get back to a place, and then you be like, man, that shit was whack. So you went out on 4, 5, 6 dates to realize only that shit was whack. Now she pregnant. Now you got, hold on, this is real shit. Now she pregnant. Now you got a kid on the way. By some shit that was whack and you really didn't even want in the first place. You should just been forthcoming. Now you got a whole life with this person.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Damn.
And this is why guys be in shit that they in. Be honest. Do a survey one day, and I'm done. Do a survey of 10 men, random men. If they have kids, was it intentional? And out of that 10, guarantee you 6 of them is going to say no. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Because that's our reality, especially in our culture. Especially in our culture. You're going to get 6 out of them 10 men that was just like, man, I wasn't even intending for this to happen. Guaranteed. So.
You ain't 10 for it not to happen.
Yep. So, I'm the Beast.
I'm Black.
We out.